I mean, we have no idea where on this planet, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is,
Well, it's in
I'm
this
going-
region. I mean, it's not.
it's where the mountains are?
Yeah.
We know that? What from?
Where else would you go on Space
Yeah.
Montana?
That's true. But it's a big region, so I would like to nail it down where I land.
Okay.
So I'm going to use luck.
Hmm.
And I'm going to declare that I see this mountain resort because it's so absolute big and glitters in the sun. So that's where I head.
Excellent.
I'm not looking for some kind of spaceport or something. That's where we go.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to land on a golf place or something.
Well,
Kind of akin to whatever golf is on this planet.
there is, I suppose, since you have spent the luck point to say that there is something like this here, there is, and there, so you know where to go. There are several details. The inhabitants have long left, and there is a crashed, or not crashed, a very much battered ship of the kind that the same one that left, right, that you missed. So therefore, here it is. But it is not looking good. One of its legs is crumpled, so it's lying on its side, and it's got ruptured hull pieces, and the engine is not going anywhere soon. That's going to need parts. That's your professional assessment.
Yeah, okay.
However, we seem to have passed over this issue of landing.
We are going to. And I can do better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can.
I believe in me.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe I can do better.
Sure.
Her name is Calamity.
Yeah.
So what's in the name?
So, what are we going to do?
Mind?
Oh, you're going to try to land
I'm
the
going
ship.
to try to land the ship. If nobody here thinks they can do a better job of it.
I want to see it.
Well, from
You got us
mind,
here, so.
I mean,
Mine
is
is-
it mind, body?
that's a
Spunk.
very good question.
Oh, yeah, poor. I have good mind. So maybe I should try to land it
So I
instead.
don't know. In between mind and spunk.
No, not spunk, because the
Hmm.
ship cannot be convinced of things.
Okay.
But on the other hand,
And it's not really a combat
no, it's
situation.
not a combat situation. I'm just wondering if you're going to do the thing where you seize the controls and force them to do it,
Yes.
like, the movie, the pilot
Yes,
grabs it and goes,
yes,
"Ah!"
yes,
And of course
yes.
that means he's flying better for some reason.
I have no idea, but that's the thing I'm going to do.
That comes
Obviously.
to mind. I don't actually think that that's even worth a lot.
But I wouldn't yell, it would be yippee.
Got it. All right then. Good enough. So in that case, I definitely think that you can make a roll. It's just a typical task, so that's a 7, I believe.
I thought here,
Well, you're.
that's me, right?
No, typical. Body,
Body, okay. And then
typical task.
so 7.
Modified, now that's why I was looking over here. We might as well continue our theme.
Mhm.
Modified with bronco riding, which bumps it down, so therefore we'll go to 6 and above. Now, are you interested in spending a luck point or not?
That's a good question. I really should. We don't go.
Is
We don't
anybody
go
going to object to this? I mean, you're on the same ship.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think that's the way to keep from getting
Yeah.
screwed on your luck is to make sure everyone else will suffer if you
We're
get.
on the same ship.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
look at this. 12, 13. So.
No, you get out the.
Yeah, get out the.
Oh, okay, 12.
Right. Well,
So
you needed a 6,
6.
so that's going to be 3 levels of
10,
success.
11. Ooh.
Yeah,
that's
so you get an
absolutely
attention
good.
star.
I'm impressed by myself.
Mhm. And now,
So I'm basically sitting there with a very astonished face.
right, the ship has come to a stop.
But I mean, we're like, for all we know,
Well,
you're a
and-
pilot, so
That's right.
you know,
Right.
we can, you
Right.
know, like, if you look confident enough, we're not gonna intervene.
Looks like she knows how to
Yeah,
drive a
yeah,
ship, I
yeah.
guess. Right.
It's not worse than riding a bronco. It's maybe even easier.
So now we have to do a little bit of trying to figure out where the Gandolfino and Jack, presumably, and also if you've been listening, you know that there is at least a little squad of, more goons along. So, and you still don't really have much of an idea of what they're doing here.
Yeah. So we have to sort of discreetly look around.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see any signs of any activity of any?
For people who live here?
Yeah.
No, it looks like it was abandoned a while ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And a resort with a golf course and
Yeah.
a little, clubhouse and little bungalows to rent and things like that.
Okay.
I think we can envision a nice vacation
No,
spot.
no signs of any spaceship having landed anywhere.
Well, there is the spaceship. that
Yeah,
you
well,
found. But aside
yeah.
from no, the landing pads, which I think of as concrete octagons, maybe with a charging port, right, for
Yeah.
each one.
Yeah.
Making this up.
Yeah.
is they were in use. They look like they were reasonably functional, but the signs of their use, it's like an old garage. You can tell no car has been here for a while.
Yeah. All right.
And also anything of value, like useful supplies or anything like that, seems to have been removed.
Yeah.
So people left.
Yeah.
Is
All right.
some time ago.
Okay. And why did they come here then?
And where are they?
Interesting question.
Does this ship have the possibility to scan for signs of life?
That's asking a lot from a cheese
Yeah.
transport.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
necessarily
think we
going to
have
say
to-
no, but that's definitely worth a luck
I
point.
think we have to wander around a bit. So
Yeah,
go
but
on
that
the place.
seems a functional ship is sitting here without somebody attending to it and making sure that
Can it
nobody
detect
steals it.
cheese?
All I'm saying is that all of this is based on luck point and rolls. Some of these are not answerable.
I would at least be
Directly.
able to lock it, so nobody is
you're
going to
right.
go out with the
That's
ship
true. You
when
don't
we
want
are
people.
searching around.
Right.
That's what I'm worried about.
I believe that one of our mechanically minded friends would need to check to see if they can secure the ship from being
Just
easily
take some
Sure,
white
taken.
card with
Right.
I'll
us.
make a roll for that.
Mhm.
And I will always use these dice.
Oh, I see. Okay, and this is a typical task, so you are fine.
Yeah.
So the ship is locked, did you lock the ship? Yes. So
Yeah.
then there's another thing I need to tell you. Now, along the edge of the Gulf area, or at least in a little isolated space, there's a tree which sadly nobody has been watering, so it looks kind of sad. But but under it are picnic tables, and one of them has been very recently used. Somebody has, lots of people have walked around it. They have sat at it. They have left, they have littered their lunch containers there, and there's one pile and scuff mark on the little surface that the table is set into, of some kind of dusty or ashy substance, and that's what you can see at first glance. More investigation. If you want to
Yeah.
investigate more,
Absolutely.
then it will take some rolls. Does anybody want to investigate
I
today?
want to investigate.
Okay, well, you got a roll last time. Let's let
Okay. Sure.
Geika go next.
Which one do I need?
Okay, this is definitely mind, and I don't think anything that you have is going. It's a typical test. So, and 6 for 6. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no, several things. First of all, you can find evidence that Jack Cosmos was here. There is a small bottle, like one that you would carry in a handy pocket, of cognac, space cognac.
All right.
And you are well aware that this is Jack's brand. He endorses it. There are commercials.
Yeah.
Right? And so then there, and also just sort of maybe some rat hairs and things are here. Jack was here for sure. As far as the ash at the corner is concerned, it is from a pipe. Somebody was smoking a pipe, and if the little pile of ash and somebody stepped in it so it's scuffed as well, they must have smoked a lot of whatever was smoked. So there's a great deal. Somebody smoked a hell of a lot of pipe tobacco or whatever here.
Okay. But they ought to be somewhere.
There's takeout sandwich wrappings and, you know, as I say, they were not good citizens. They left the remains there.
So
it's
about
a day or two old.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means it's less nice than
Is there like a road or?
There's roads on the complex itself, but aside from that, there's a path up to the mountains, and the evidence is very clear that they eventually gave up on their lunch and went up.
Okay, but I want to search around the complex.
Sure.
First.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking for, well, Jack and them.
Right. Well, there's no sign of them, but on the other hand,
signs that they have been there.
Oh yeah. I mean, somebody broke into the office. Somebody found the service key. Somebody found the restroom, the bathroom. Yeah. And then a whole bunch of men used it. We will let that stay off screen. And so they got into the bathroom before they left. Yeah. The area, as I say, most of the usable things, somebody packed it up and took it away a while ago. It may have been as long as a year ago. Yeah. And after that, it's hard to estimate. But the place has stood unattended. You know, we can see the signs of just nature doing what nature does. Yeah. Nothing too terrible. It hasn't been that long, but enough so you know, okay, nobody is using this place. And it will make a lot more sense, maybe, when you see that the power center, the generator, the space energy generator of the complex has been savagely destroyed and melted and looks like a bomb hit it. Yeah. Okay. So it's all sort of, if not too spooky, at least mysteriously empty. Yeah. And then you see this devastation in this one spot.
But I'm thinking like if they came here to have some sort of a meeting, it's like a very like clandestine, you know, they've chosen like this remote place used by nobody. So what are they up to?
That's a really good question.
But I want to go up the mountain and look there.
That's where the trail leads. Yeah. Helena, is there anything you want to look around in this place, or do you think?
No.
Okay.
I want to check if we can get the loader from the ship.
Of the cheese food?
Yes. some kind of transport.
Mm.
Oh, the loader. Oh,
Mm.
okay, okay.
Good idea.
To see like, okay,
So we don't have to walk.
you can detach it and drive.
Yeah.
Well, that's ridiculously practical and makes. Sadly, I can think of no reason why you couldn't.
Yeah.
If you want to make a roll for poor against a poor, yes, because it's not made for going up these mountain roads. You're going to have to attend to a little bit, but it's not that hard. I mean, it is a low-tech industrial vehicle. Now that's a 7, right? But and you have a good against a poor, which is a 5.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I get that.
and you yeah, you get it okay. Yeah. Wait. No, you have to be 2 levels up, and each level is 2 points. You wouldn't need the 9.
So you
Right.
don't
2
get
points difference is 1
success,
level,
but
and
no.
you need 2 levels up, right? So +4.
Okay.
Okay, so that did seem like a little lame for an attention score, right? But still, you have done well. Right? It's like, look, everybody, boom, boom. Okay, so everybody has contributed to success so far. Good teamwork, good friends, competition for attention stars, and into the mountains we go. Up into the wretched, cold, freezing, one might even say lonely mountains on this planet in one spot.
So now I think I want to start looking around.
Mm-hmm.
So is the track we are following, it's obvious that they are continuing in front of where we are?
So you want to stay on track and make sure that at this point you are off of the you are kind of off of the in the semi-civilized beaten up area. It was very easy to see where they went. Now it may not be so easy. However, as I have pointed out, they are not the most considerate outdoor travelers as we would all hope. So there may be evidence of their passing, and and they may have spent the night out and things like that. So there might be a campfire and things like that. There is at least, and you will. So this is pretty easy. I'm saying there's not that much, but things become very difficult at one point when clearly there was some kind of big violent activity. This is after you have traveled up for several hours. You have made good time because you don't have to take rests in the in the vehicle and things. So you are traveling much faster than they had traveled. So that's good. That's why I'm saying that it's within hours that you will come upon somewhere that perhaps they had not been. Then maybe they had been in there for days. So, but there is evidence of a big fight. There are fire patches. There are evidence of wounds. Oh yes, there are bodies have been dragged around. You can see by the drag marks and things like that. There are some broken weapons. One of the goons' pistols is shattered there. And there's a lot of broken vegetation.
But no remains.
No remains. Perhaps they were eaten or something equally sharp.
Okay.
But that's just speculation. We really don't know what happened or who won a fight or anything, but there is that. At this point, yes, let's check just a little bit more. What shall we do now?
I'll keep my mace.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all being alert in that case. Let's take some mind checks for you two.
Okay, my mind is
Typical.
poor, but
So you made it by 1, by 1 degree of success, and you
I'm poor in mind,
typical.
So poor against typical. I don't make it.
Right. So you look fierce. You look mean as a rattlesnake, but you notice nothing. And so because Mina's a rattlesnake isn't going to help you notice.
Yeah.
So then you are therefore the one who will hear voices.
I hear voices.
And people are having a conversation just through the trees, and you come to an area with some scattered rocks, and the mountain faces are starting to look pretty vertical now. I mean, you have traveled up through these roads as the mountains became more and more and more Tibetan.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of well up into those regions.
Yeah,
and so this area you have found, this area you have found is more like a rock fall that has created some levels. So it's not really a proper hill, but it's flat enough here in places where people could sit. And there they are. There is somebody who can only be Gandolfino wearing a 1940s style business suit with a carnation in his lapel and with a monstrous face. I gave a picture of a hammerhead shark, but it's something equally alien and bizarre, and with the addition too of a long white beard. And he is seated. There is a little, how many of them would there be? There would be 12 minus 2, and then of the ones who were slain and dragged away, there are about 6 left of these guys. And they are all listening to Gandolfino, who is talking and gesturing with a truly impressive pipe.
And they haven't noticed us?
No, you have noticed them.
Okay.
They seem very much concentrated on him.
Yeah,
speaking.
I want to
very
try
deep
to
voice.
sneak up so that I can hear what